What's happening, party people? Welcome to Punchboard Party. My name is Daniel, and in this video, I'm talking about everything that I know about Brew. Every now and then I like to jump on here and talk about a game that catches my eye, and this game from designer Stevo Torres. I think he's from Toronto, so I'm excited to pump up and maybe get you excited about a Canadian designed game that looks really cool. So, what is Brew all about? The theme is that there's these enchanted forests, and in these enchanted forests, the seasons are all of the seasons all at once, all the time. Summer, spring, winter, fall, it's all jumbled up. And you are playing as mages trying to bring some balance to the seasons. And you're going to be doing this by gaining area control majorities in the forest regions, brewing potions, and gaining the allegiance of different creatures that will help you along your journey. And so basically what this is it's a dice worker placement game, which is really my wheelhouse, something that I really enjoy. And so you're gonna have 6 dice, 4 dice that correspond to your character and 2 weather dice. And you're gonna be using these dice and putting them out on the board to gain resources, do actions, mitigate dice rolls, and even affect other players' dice rolls and placements. And basically what you're doing is there's a few different things that you're worried about. So I mentioned before there's the forest, and there's forest cards that represent the forest region, and basically there's symbols on these forest cards that match with the faces on your die. And so you, in order to go to a space in the forest, you have to play a die with a matching face of the space that you're hoping to go to, and you're going to gain a resource by going to that space. Typically it's either going to be a resource or a creature that you are going to be able to tame, and that just means bring into your play area onto the left side of your player board. And then you have an ongoing ability that you can use. And with these creatures, you only have the ability to hold 3 of these creatures, and then you have to set them free if you have more than 3. And when you do that, you can align them with a forest card that you have already collected, as long as the forest card season, or one of the seasons on the forest card, matches the season of the creature. And that means that instead of earning you 1 point at the end of the game, the creature is going to earn you 3 points at the end of the game for matching a forest card. Now, how do you get forest cards? That's where the area control comes in, whereas you're placing dice onto these forest regions. If you have the majority on a forest region, you are going to collect that card at the end of the round, and you are going to get the points that are on that card. And so how you win a card is that you have to have more of your color dice than any other color, and you also have to have more dice than weather dice on the card. Weather dice, even though you're going to be placing them, they don't really belong to you in terms of area majority, scoring, or determination. And so you have to have more than any other color and more than the weather dice in order to gain a forest card. Now, another thing that you're going to be worried about throughout this game are the potion cards. And so the potion cards are cards that you are going to be able to brew. And that means that you're going to be trading in resources that you've been collecting throughout the game in order to gain these cards from the market. You're also going to have an option to reserve a potion card from time to time, and you only have to pay the cost of the potion when you're actually going to brew it, but nobody else can do that except for you if you reserve a card. But typically you're going to brew right from the market. And what that means is that you're going to take that card from the market and put it into your hand. And the ability that's on that potion is only going to activate when you drink the potion. There's all this extra language in here. And so when you drink the potion, you just place that card face down into your play area. You no longer get to use that ability. It's a one-time use ability, but you're still gonna get the points that are on that potion at the end of the game. And so the potions, what they do is they do a lot of dice mitigation, dice manipulation, taking place dice back off of the board into your pool, allowing you to re-roll some of your dice, because typically you only roll your dice once at the beginning of the round and then they are fixed. But with potions, you can change that up. So potions give you this one-time, one-shot advantage when you are playing this game. What I love about the game is that you're balancing the ongoing abilities of the creatures and the one-time use abilities of the potions at the same time as you're worried about this whole main board in the center, which gives you different resources and actions, but they can only be used typically if you're using weather dice. And the other thing about weather dice is that they can be used for any other die face value when you are putting them on a forest region. Here's the cool thing about the main board is that round to round it switches from day to night with slightly different resources and actions and these kinds of things. So here's the deal. This game is coming to us from Pandasaurus Games, and they are starting to grow a really great track record of bringing us really great family weight games. Gods Love Dinosaurs got a lot of buzz at the end of last year for being just a treat, a surprise of a family weight game. They're also supporting the Mind and Machikoro, two giants in the family game category. And now when I start to see Pandasaurus, I start to get excited. And so Brew has me excited because it's coming from Pandasaurus. It also gets me excited because it's coming from a Canadian designer. It also has me excited because it's gonna have a fairly low price point, and it looks like we're getting quite a bit of game in this small box. I love when a game comes along that is small but mighty. So right now, if you're interested, you can pre-order Brew at pandasaurusgames.com. You can also pre-order the game at Board Game Bliss if you're in Canada. And so I just wanted to share something that I'm excited about. Now I thought it would be cool if I shared what particularly stands out to me about this game and gets me excited. And it's one simple thing. I don't like area control typically, but I really like how the area control is done in this game, and it really reminds me of one of my favorite games of all time, Dogs of War, where the cards that you are putting dice on in order to gain area majority, in order to gain the card into your play area, are also worker placement spaces that are getting you either resources or creatures. And in Dogs of War, you are trying to put your pawns onto cards out on the board, and you're trying to kind of get this area majority thing going on, but you're also looking at the benefit of what that space is going to get you. And so it distracts me from the area control a bit when I'm also getting another benefit. And it makes it more enticing for me to go into that tug of war because I'm no longer just fighting for the majority, I'm also getting something out of it. And I love that combination. And so that one thing about this game is what tipped this over the scale to me. And let's not forget to mention that the aesthetic of this game is really cool. It really has a Zelda Breath of the Wild feel to it for me. So all those things wrapped together has me excited. Tell me down below what you think. And until next time, party people, have the best day.